So before I begin anything, I'd just like to give a short trigger warning for stalking and mild profanity. So if anyone is uncomfortable with that, I'm just going to give them like 5 seconds to leave the breakout room. Okay, without further ado, I will begin my reading in 3, 2, 1. Alicia Bernison has been silent for 6 years. And for those 6 years, she's been a patient at a psychotherapy ward. Before the incident, she was married to her husband, Gabriel, and was a world-renowned painter with pieces in John Felix Gallery and other worldwide galleries alike. Theo, her newest psychotherapist, finds her diary after months of trying to get her to talk. The question is, what made her go silent? What happened 6 years ago? And what will her diary reveal? Alicia Bernson's diary, the 8th of August. Something odd happened today. I was in the kitchen making coffee, looking out the window, looking without seeing, that is, more like daydreaming. And then I noticed something, or rather someone outside, a man. I noticed him because he was standing so still, like a statue, and facing the house. He was on the other side of the road by the entrance to the heath. He was standing in the shadow of a tree. He was tall, well-built. I couldn't make out his features as he was wearing sunglasses and a cap. I couldn't tell if he could see me or not through the window, but it felt like he was staring right at me. I thought it was weird. I mean, I'm used to people waiting across the street at the bus stop, but he wasn't waiting for a bus. No, he was staring at the house. I realized I'd been standing there for several minutes, so I made myself leave the window. I went to the studio and I tried to paint, but I just couldn't concentrate. My mind kept going back to the man. I decided to give myself another 20 minutes and then I'd go back to the kitchen and look. And if he was still there, then I'd what? He wasn't doing anything wrong. Although maybe he was a burglar, studying the house. I suppose that should have been my first thought, but why just stand there like that? So conspicuously. Maybe he was thinking of moving here. Maybe he's buying the house on the far end of the street. That could explain it. But when I went back to the kitchen and peered out the window, he had gone, and the street was empty. I guess I'll never know what he was doing. How strange. The 11th of August. I saw that man again. He was a bit further away this time. He was sitting on a bench further into the heath, but it was him. I could tell. Most people are wearing shorts and t-shirts in light colors in this weather, but not him. No, he was wearing a dark shirt, trousers, black sunglasses, and a cap. And his head was angled towards the house, almost like he was looking at it. I had a funny thought here. Maybe he's not a burglar. Perhaps he's a painter. Perhaps he's a painter like me, and he's thinking about painting the street or the house. But as soon as I thought this, I knew it wasn't true. If he were really going to paint the house, he wouldn't just be sitting there. He'd be making sketches. I got myself into a state about it, and I phoned Gabriel. Almost. I knew that was a mistake. I could tell that he was busy, and the last thing he needed was me calling, freaking out because I think someone is watching the house. Of course, I'm only assuming the man is watching the house. He could be watching me. The 13th of August. He was there again. It was soon after Gabriel left this morning. I had a shower, and I saw him out the bathroom window. He was closer this time. He was standing by the bus stop, like he was casually waiting for the bus. Although I don't know who he thinks he's fooling. I got dressed quickly and went into the kitchen to have a better look, but he was gone. I decided to tell Gabriel about it when he got home. I thought he'd brush it off, but he actually took it quite seriously. He seemed quite worried. Is it John Felix? He said straight away. Oh, no, of course not. How could you even think that? I tried to sound surprised and indifferent, but in truth, I'd wondered that too. The man and John Felix are the same build. It could be Jean Felix, but even so, I just don't want to believe it. He wouldn't try and frighten me like that, would he? What's Jean Felix's number? Gabriel said. I'm calling him right now. Oh, darling, please don't. I'm sure it's not him. Positive? Absolutely. I mean, nothing happened. I don't know why I'm making such a big deal out of nothing. It's nothing. How long was he there for? Not long at all, about an hour or so, and then he just vanished. What do you mean, just vanished? He just disappeared. Uh-huh. And is there any chance at all you could be imagining this? Something about the way he said that really annoyed me. I'm not imagining it. I need you to believe me. I do believe you. But I could tell he didn't totally believe me. He only partly believed me, and part of him was just humoring me, which makes me so angry, if I'm honest, so angry that I have to stop here, or I might write something I will regret. The 14th of August. I jumped out of bed as soon as I woke up and I checked the window, hoping that the man would be there again, so Gabriel could see him too, but once again, there was no sign of him. So I felt even more stupid. That afternoon, I decided to go for a walk despite the heat. Be on the heath, away from the building and the roads and the other people, and just be alone with my thoughts. I walked up Parliament Hill, passing the bodies of sunbathers strewn on either side of the path. I found a bench that was unoccupied, and I sat down. I stared out at New England glinting in the distance. While I was there, I was conscious the whole time of something. I kept looking over my shoulder, but I couldn't see anyone. But someone was there. The whole time, I could feel it. I was being watched. On my way back, I walked past the pond, and I happened to look up. And there he was, the man. He was standing across the water on the other side, too far away to see clearly, but it was him. I knew it was him. He was standing perfectly still, motionless, and staring right at me. I felt an icy shiver of fear, and I acted out of instinct. "Jean-Felix!" I shouted. "Is that you? Stop it! Stop following me!" He didn't move. I acted as fast as I could. I reached into my pocket, pulled out my phone, and took a photo of him. What good it will do, I have no idea. Then I turned and started walking quickly to the end of the pond, not letting myself look back until I reached the main path. I was so scared he was going to be right behind me. So I turned around. And like always, he was gone. I hope it's not Jean-Felix, I really do, but when I got home, I was feeling on edge. I drew the blinds and turned off the lights. I peered out the window, and there he was. The man was standing on the street, staring right up at me. I froze. I didn't know what to do. 4 a.m. It's been a bad night. Gabriel came home exhausted at about around 10. He'd had a long day and wanted to go to bed early. I tried to sleep too, but I couldn't. And then a couple of hours ago, I heard something. A noise. It was coming from the garden. I got up and went to the back window. I looked out, but I couldn't see anyone. But again, I felt someone's eyes on me. Someone was watching me from the shadows. I just knew it. I managed to pull myself away from the window and ran to the bedroom, and I shook Gabriel awake. "The man is outside, Gabriel," I said. "He's outside the house." Gabriel didn't know what I was talking about. And when he finally understood, he started to get angry. "For Christ's sake," he muttered. "Give it a rest. I've got to be at work in 3 hours, and I don't want to play this goddamn game with you, Alicia. It's not a game. Come and look, please." So we went out the window. And of course, the man wasn't there. There was, as usual, nobody there. The 21st of August. I've not been outside for about 3 days now. I've been pretending to Gabriel that I'm going for walks in the afternoon when he's out, but it's not true. It makes me feel fearful, the thought of going outside exposed. At least here in the house, I know I'm safe. I can sit by the window and monitor the passers-by. I'm scanning each face that passes for that man's face, but I don't know what he looks like, and that's the problem. He could have removed his disguise. He could be moving about right in front of me, completely unnoticed, and if I'm being honest, I'm very alarmed by that thought. The 22nd of August. Still, no sign of him. But I've decided I mustn't lose focus. It's just a matter of time. Sooner or later, he'll be back. I need to be ready. I need to take steps. I woke up this morning and remembered Gabriel's gun. I'm going to move it from the spare room, and I'll keep it downstairs where I can get to it easily. I'll put it in the kitchen cupboard by the window. That way, it'll be there if I need it. I know this all sounds crazy, and I do hope nothing comes of it. I hope I never see that man again, but I have this horrible feeling that I definitely will. Where is he? Why hasn't he been here? Is he trying to get me to lower my guard? I've decided I must not do that. I must continue my vigil by the window. Keep waiting. Keep watching. The 23rd of August. I'm starting to think maybe I did imagine the whole thing. Gabriel keeps asking me how I'm doing, if I'm okay, and I can tell he's worried, despite me insisting I'm fine. My acting doesn't seem to be convincing him anymore. I need to try harder. I need to be pretended to focus on work all day, whereas, in fact, work could not be further from my mind. I've lost any connection with it, any impacts with my feelings in the paintings. And as I write this, I can't honestly say I think I'll ever paint again. Not until all of this is behind me, anyway. The 25th of August. I just heard something. A noise outside. I checked the window and I saw someone moving in the shadow. It's the man. He's outside this time. I phoned Gabriel, but he didn't pick up. I mean, should I call the police? I don't know what to do. My hand is shaking so much I can barely write this. I can hear him downstairs. He's trying the windows and the doors, and he's trying to get in. I need to get out of here. I need to escape. Perhaps there's a window I could... I can hear him. Oh, my God. He's inside. The man is inside my house. Thank you so much.